Hey there, this is Lauren Muscatine from the Napa County Seed Library. I've got another great flower that's ready in my garden to collect seeds from. This plant's Latin name is Calendula officinalis. It's also called pot marigold commonly. It belongs in the Asteraceae family. This is the family that has daisies and chrysanthemums in it, and it typically blooms from spring to fall. This plant's native to the Mediterranean, so it enjoys our hot, dry weather here in California in Napa County in Zone 9B, where I am. In our zone, it can grow as a perennial, meaning it can constantly seed and then reseed, grow back again in the next season. Calendula produces edible flowers. Yep. They're quite aromatic and tasty. These flowers can be used as a dye. It produces a really nice yellow dye. You can also dry these flowers so that you can use them as a tea. It's an excellent herb. These flowers also attract pollinators, especially hummingbirds. So I'm going to show you a bit about what stage this plant is for me. Lots of the flowers are still in bloom. And when the sun gets brighter, they'll open right up, kind of flatten out. But a lot more of the flowers on this particular plant, which is in its second year, so I'm experiencing its perennial habit here in California. Lots of these flowers are at the seed stage where I can start collecting them. Last year, I collected quite a lot of calendula. This was both from this plant and from a plant I had in the backyard. This plant is doing a whole lot better. It's definitely come back, whereas the one in the backyard didn't make it so well. So I'm excited to collect them again in order to share these seeds and see if they're going to be growing well in your garden. Let's take a look a bit closer at this calendula. As I was showing you, here's its flower. It's not totally open, but when that happens, it flattens out and it opens up real wide. It's a beautiful orange-yellow color, very bright and happy. Lifts your spirits when you look at them. On the same plant, I have its seed pods in different stages. You can see this particular flower is losing its petals. They're getting shriveled, small and skinny, and they're starting to drop off. Same with this one, which is a little bit more advanced. Or this is the stage before this one. But then you can see in the back here, here's one that's pretty dry. The seeds are these very curious shaped, let's take it off, kind of comma shaped seeds. So when I break it apart in my hands, they look like little curlicues or commas. They're still a little bit, well, not fully dried. They're not just snapping off of this. So these are going to want to dry more or cure in order to be really viable for planting next season. But these are the seeds I want to take off of this plant and put them in, again, some type of a mesh bag or a paper bag. And I've written down here what plant it is, its scientific name, its common name, what color the blooms were, that it's my second year harvest, and then I'm collecting them on May 26th. I'm the seed saver, and the location is in my front yard. So I'm going to put all this in my collection bag. And these seeds are just big enough to not fall through this kind of an open weave mesh. I wouldn't put anything smaller than these in here. They would probably drop out. As I look over the plant, I'm going to look for the seed heads that are driest. They're turning brown. And all the petals have come off. So you can see me selecting these down here. I'll give you a close-up of what I picked. Like that. And here's a good shot of the different stages. Here's one that's nice and ready, and you can see that the stem coming off the flower is starting to turn from green, a lighter green, to brown and dried. This is a great one to collect. Luckily, these seeds hang on for a bit longer than a lot of flower heads. Still, you can see that the seeds have fallen on my sidewalk. I'm gonna keep collecting these seeds until I've filled up a bag or a jar. In fact, you can also collect these in a jar. If you want to collect them in a jar, be sure you have something like a desiccant packet in it to keep it dry and cool, and that you've got an open mesh top. You can use like a cheesecloth covering, or even rubber band a paper towel over the top, so that airflow again comes through the container but still allows the seeds to cure and dry as they're doing in their final stages. So I'm going to collect the rest of these seeds from this plant, and I'll show you the end result. Okay, well, I got quite a bit in my jar, but also a good amount in my mesh bag. Got my labels on them, some desiccants, good airflow going in here. And this is the second harvest, so I would call this seed locally adapted to my area, my garden. I'm really interested to know when I share them if you can grow them in your garden. The reason why this seed saving works is because when we save seeds and share them with each other, we're really growing the type of plants that are passing on good genetic diversity in our area and are really adapted to the kind of sun, water, air temps, and soil that we have here in Zone 9B. So do save your seeds, do share your seeds. We do this in community, and then we build resilient food and herb and ornamental systems. This happens to be plant medicine. So your calendula, your other types of plants that you really love to grow in your garden, just leverage nature's abundance and share those seeds so that others can have the benefit of this wonderful bounty that nature provides us. Thanks. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.